What's up, guys? So I was browsing Twitter, and as you know, I was browsing X, the latest platform to grace us with a rename in 2024, and I came across a little news that I was not suspecting. Now, this is a streamer that I'm pretty familiar with, but I really don't interact with Staysafe at all. I mean, I have multiple channels, but I'm sure it could be unwarranted. I don't know, but I think he made a video on YouTube, and I wanted to react to it because I don't know that much about Staysafe, but I know that most of the time his stream is pretty, it's either him watching politics or playing WoW, so I don't really know what he could get banned for. Now I'm sure, down here in the comments I could read it, but I'd rather get his say on what happened. But this looks like, what he was having done in his chat, and kind of just seems a little bit more cancel culture than anything. Now, I kind of want to go over to YouTube and just see what Staysafe has to say about this. Now, I will be throwing on some headphones so that I can actually listen to it in full HD clarity. Now, with that being said, we will get straight into the video, and hopefully all is well with Staysafe. So, did he get perma'd? I don't know. Is he still banned? I think he got unbanned like a day ago. And yeah, so there is not much really to talk about other than, I think most people know that a lot of streamers get banned for just nothing nowadays. And yeah, so let's check out. I mean, I saw his last video that he posted, and it seemed to be kind of like a scam video, and then this is his new video. So let's see what he has to say and kind of react to this while it's still current content. Now, I'm not sure when I will post this because I don't really have a regular upload schedule, so if it's like a year or two late, I think he's only been banned one time before this, so let's see what Staysafe has to say. And
I have been full-time streaming on Twitch, daily streams, for over 7 years, and not once in that time frame have I ever received any sort of ban or a suspension for any type of behavioral misconduct. Well, that changed on September 16th, 2024, just yesterday as of recording this video, because I have now received a suspension for, quote, hateful conduct. Now, the suspension email says that this hateful conduct took place on a live stream or a VOD of a live stream, although it doesn't actually give a link to the VOD. It doesn't give a date or a time as to when this hateful conduct may have happened. It doesn't even say what I said that was hateful. This is the most ambiguous email of all time. So I literally have no idea, honestly, what I even did or said or when I did or said it to get suspended. Now, curiously, this suspension comes at an interesting time, and I'll tell you why. Almost 2 weeks ago, I posted a tweet that was a little bit critical of online sex work. As you can see here, controversial opinion, I know. Now, in the conversation below the tweet, a streamer named Zequo decided to chime in and start taking personal shots at me, saying, quote, Staysafe is another talentless view-botting leech who tries to stay relevant by regurgitating the same right-wing red pill talking points to his 10 real viewers. Okay, great. Not everyone has to like me. That's
Alright, so what do the comments have to say so far? I've never seen someone who is happy and successful try to ruin the life of another happy and successful person. The minimum Twitch can do after this is remove Zika's ambassador status. What a joke. I love my husband so much it's unreal. Having right-wing politics is not a crime, and I see only one extremist in this situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really have to watch the video here. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with... I'm gonna watch the whole video and react to it, but I think basically if I had to summarize it, you know, like if you don't want to watch the rest of this video, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Staysafe watches a lot of political content, and maybe just sticking more to the gaming content. You know, he could really stay away from these kind of things. I'll read a couple more comments and then go back to the video, but I think it really has to do with, you know, he's been watching a lot of rallies and he's been kind of getting a little bit more on that side, which Twitch not so much is for, but it can be used for that if you stay kind of like non-biased. But if you start leaning to one side, it's gonna get messy. So, and didn't realize Zico was such a dull-headed sheep. Unfortunate you had to go through this too. Zico cries cancel culture as he tries to cancel you. Had absolutely no idea Zico was like this at all. Easy as unfollows to date. Glad to see you're unbanned. Definitely gonna follow your Twitch now.
Fine. In fact, I think a lot of people don't like me. This guy, however, is a Twitch ambassador, meaning he was hand-selected by Twitch to be a community-facing representative of the platform. Twitch ambassadors positively contribute to the Twitch community, from being role models for their community to establishing new content genres to having inspirational stories that empower those around them. These creators embody what it means to bleed purple. So this guy, a hand-selected Twitch representative, a Twitch ambassador, is publicly calling me a viewbotter and a right-wing extremist on Twitter. Okay, awesome. He then went on for 10 hours arguing with random people on Twitter about how I'm viewbotting, at which point I finally responded to him for the first time in this post here, which you can pause and read if you feel so inclined. Now, at this point, Asmongold gave his opinion about the Twitch ambassador Zequo's allegations that I'm viewbotting.
I don't think that there's really a lot of evidence one way or another with this. I don't know. I mean, if Zico doesn't like, you know, like Staysafe's politics, that's fine, right? That's a whole different conversation. But like, to say he's viewbotting, I just don't think there's enough evidence for it. So yeah.
So Asmongold dismisses these allegations, but mentions that maybe Zequo doesn't like my politics, and that's why he's saying these things, which I think is true, considering he called me a right-wing red pill extremist. And by the way, I want to give Asmongold some credit here, because he totally could have taken this opportunity to dogpile on top of me alongside Zequo and other people on Twitter, but he didn't. And I think that's honorable. Now, what Twitch ambassador Zequo does next is insane. He completely drops the viewbotting allegations. He pivots away from the viewbotting narrative after Asmongold didn't agree with him, and rather he now shifts to calling me a racist, a Nazi, a KKK member, and a white supremacist. Okay, so why would Twitch ambassador Zequo say these things? These are pretty big allegations. What proof does he have? Well, this is where we need to take a trip down memory lane to early 2018, when a content creator named Alex Sensual, who some of you might have heard of, who hated me at the time, put together a very large image file full of screenshots that were entirely fake. Now, when I say fake, that word doesn't actually do the situation justice. This guy spent weeks building a fake Discord server meant to emulate my Discord server, in which he used the same ranks, the same rank colors, the same usernames, everything to make it identical, where he and several members of his community impersonated my server to make it seem as if my community was engaging in that behavior. In all honesty, it was actually quite an elaborate hit job. I have to give him credit in that regard. Now, here's a clip from 2018 in which Alex Sensual is reading an SFan Discord post in which SFan sticks up for me and calls Alex out on his lies.
What's this, SFan? What's this? What's this? Is this not the message you sent to my moderator? I'll read it for everyone. Let me guess, it's photoshopped? I didn't want to say this in front of everyone, but the fact of the matter is this. Alex is a cancer to vanilla, and this is a message to my moderator. Alex is a cancer to vanilla, and he's a chronic liar that tries to turn people against other content creators with lies. He goes and gets what he wants out of people and then dumps them. He's done it time and time again, and I'm personally sick of all the stuff he said about myself and Staysafe, the racist, but especially Tips in the last few weeks. It's completely unacceptable.
Notice how Alex mentions photoshopped screenshots.
Well, I think I've seen enough of that. I might make a part 2, but this is part 1, and you know, I think he's in the clear now, but it seems like this is a lot of player style kind of content. Like, these players don't really get along in game as well for PvP, so we will see where this leads. I mean, it doesn't really seem very constructive, but at least he got unbanned, and you know, thanks for watching.